How's it going, people? We're back with another video. We're going to continue with our Kim's Associates Exposed. This is part 6. We're moving on to Steffen Rowe. Tank is his alias name. We will be going back to some of the other associates as we collate more information. But we're moving on to Tank, and the reason why is it comes at a good time, especially with our whistleblower mentioning him a few times, Ben. So this first one is we're going to start off with a timeline and of how Tank went from a school teacher right through to what he is today, basically. But we're not going to cover everything in today's video because it's quite a bit of information. To start off with, and in the other part, we will be getting more into how he's become a scammer. So today's one is, do you really know who Tank is? Steffen Rowe, the one, to start off with. Maybe some of you have only just started watching our videos, but he was Kim's number one spokesperson for Life Force, UN, and this is a news channel, and also for IPTV. He was a anchorman for a news channel. Promoted her. He done I think he was also in charge of quite a lot of the funding. At the beginning, he helped get together the donations and everything else. So he was a big player. He was definitely number 2 there. And he, as we go along, you'll get to find out what sort of person he is. But anyway, to start off with, as you can see on the screen, we put together a little timeline just to make it a bit more visual. So from our understanding, a lot of this was what was passed on to us, and I'm sure there's a lot more to be added, because as we make more and more of these videos, more people come forward and say, yeah, I knew him from school, which only one person's come forward so far about him. And again, these people, just want to disassociate themselves with him, or they say, look, I don't want my name to be used. But we just wanted to know really what type of person was Steffen Tank before this started. We found out on a couple of people, and also in the video we'll show later on, that he was very sporty at school. He was very popular. Still don't understand why he was called Tank. Maybe someone out there will be able to drop it in the comment section below. Really appreciate that. But he started off, he was a New Yorker, Long Island, sort of lived over there for most of his life. He was a key wrestler, and done very well at school. Was always a bit of a geek for technology. Then from 2002, he graduated from university, of course, and then from 2002 to 2008, 6 years, he became a school teacher. New York City, we'll cover that in a minute. Then he had a little bit of fame in 2007, where he was on the $1 Million Body Game, which was a TV show, where people that lost weight, considerable amount of weight, using one of their programs. It's one of these gym exercise things. He lost a lot of weight, so he won $10,000 doing that. Then between 2008 and 2013, he started working for AstraZeneca and Novo Nordisk. He was a pharma sales specialist. Excuse me. Then he also worked on some technology while he was at Novo Nordisk to do with diabetes. So this is probably where things might have changed for him. In 2014, 2002, well, as I say, to present day, as far as we're concerned, he's still doing this, but we don't know which companies he's doing this with now, but he created a business called Creative Health Solutions, Inc., where he goes to companies and sells an online well-being and health system where people can, basically look after themselves if they've got any questions, or it's a lifestyle thing, diet, exercise from home, that sort of thing. 2015, this is where things get a little bit mystical, really, with Tank. So it's funny, you go from a school teacher from 2002, 2008, and then you work for Big Pharma, starts his own company, starts to get greedy, and this is where it becomes a scammer. This is where, where he's learned his sales, like a car salesman, where you're desperate to sell product, you tell lies, and this is what he's been doing ever since. The dinar, he become a dinar guru, for you that don't know. This is where there's a scam going around. It's been going on for at least a couple of decades, I would say, probably 30 years. Where, and Kim's mentioned a bit of this, where she says that people are expecting to be paid, with generals and all this shit, that she thinks she's in the know with it. Well, he was one of these people. He's, a guru that used to be on. Well, people used to phone into a conference call. A few of them were free, and some you had to pay for. And he'd be promoting currencies that are worth nothing at all. And we'll get into it, but he was always promoting a specific company which got busted by the FBI, and several of those that run that, selling this dinar, were put in jail. Then that's when he just went all quiet, kind of disappeared away from the dinar, took his references from his websites and everything else to do with dinar off. So yeah, he was ripping people off, and we'll cover that in more detail, because it's all right me just saying it right now and give you like a little picture of what he did in this timeline. But we'll get more granular with that. As you know, from 2018 to 22, he got headhunted by Kim. She went out and basically she was looking for someone that was in the RV world, the dinar Jazara revaluation, because she wanted to get more following for a cult, and to make it, for, of course, subscribers for what, whatever she had planned next. And of course, bringing in Tank was a very good move for her at the time, because of he's very good at convincing people. He had a massive following. I followed him during his dinar time, because I've mentioned before, I was one of those victims that bought into the currency thing, believing I was going to help people with humanitarian projects and etc. It's mad thinking about it, really, that you're going to get 100 trillion Zimbabwean dollar note, and they're going to give you like for like, or give you a dollar, a US dollar for every Zimbabwean dollar. So you got all these Zimbabwean notes. But anyway, that's why she wanted him in, and she brought him in. And we've got some videos of the very early stages when Tank interviewed Kim, and where she does talk about some of the evaluation. And he's gone from, we're all going to get they used to have these calls where he'd say, right, we're all going to get paid tomorrow. So anyone that had these Zim notes, he was going to say, right, I'm in the know. I know. I've been talking to all these generals and like Wells Fargo Bank, and we're going to be. They said they're going to exchange your money tomorrow, and they're going to give me these 0800 phone numbers that you can call. And when you call it, they'll tell you where to take your Zims, and they'll protect you with tanks or whatever, so you don't get robbed. Security, and then we can go out and do our projects. So as you know, that was Tank's story, and he's actually took this to another level. Kim used Thomas Williams to do a certain stage of promoting. She didn't have nobody knew her until she met Thomas Williams. So she used him for that purpose, and then she's moved on to Tank, and he's basically put, all the what we call the bells and whistles on top of what she's already promoting. And he's been very good at it, although he's a complete arsehole whipping people off. He was very good at it. Then, of course, they fell out, and we mentioned a couple of scenarios. Now, we've had some other information come through that he was having an affair with Lisa Thomas, and there was someone else, and it didn't go down very well with Kim, and a lot of people were disturbed because of big morale within the team. So she wanted to boot him out for that. But what else? The main reason she booted him out is because allegedly, and this is what Kim's own words, and Lisa Thomas has mentioned it to loads of people, is that he stole $100,000 over a period of time, taking out money from their bank account, mostly through ATM, and he started up his own network, we call it Life Force Network TV, basically a duplicate of the UNN. So that's the timeline. So let's move on to a bit more information. This is just to prove it, and this is from his own LinkedIn profile, saying on there that what he did as a school teacher was planned, organised and initiated websites, instructions and shows for various educational organisations within the New York public school system. He was a school teacher. He even admits to it that he was in a video we're going to show you very soon, of how he won this $1 million body, which it is a massive achievement. You do that with your body now, but the reason why he did it was to do with, he's telling all his children to do, like we all do, we tell our kids certain things to do in their life: eat your vegetables, do all this. Well, he wasn't doing it himself, and he put on a lot of weight, and he decided to do something about it, and then he won £10,000 doing it. So that's pretty good going, and that's what we're moving on to now. So Steffen Rowe, November winner, $10,000. Yeah, so $10,000. I mean, this could probably have been his first con, to be honest. You just don't know, dear. But yeah, so what we'll do is we will play that video. So that's how much he's lost. So it was £218 down to 171. Anyway, I'm not sure if you're really that bothered, to be honest. But so let's play the video.
It's really amazing to see the results when a couple commits to getting healthy together. That's our third $1 million body couple to win in 2007. Well, now it's time to meet our second $10,000 winner of this month. It's Steffen Rowe of Floral Park, New York. After 2 miscarriages, Steffen and his wife Leah were successfully pregnant with twin boys. But one day in Lamaze class, the teacher said, "You're going to have to start being the person you want your twins to be." Well, that changed everything for Steffen. He decided to change for his boys and started by taking a BMI test. He was shocked when it indicated that he was in the obese category. But with the help of P90X and following Michi's ladder, you'll be shocked to know he's lost 47 pounds, 18% body fat, and 6 inches off his waist.
I was teaching a computer class, and I had an LCD projector, and I had an online body mass index calculator. And I was telling my students how important the body mass index was, and I did mine on the screen to demonstrate. And when I did mine, I realized I'm obese. I am obese. And it was a horrible experience. Here I am preaching to these kids, and why would you listen to me?
Did you change right away?
Really, the breakthrough was when I got P90X.
You've had amazing results. So what do you do now that you wouldn't have done before, say?
We run together. My wife and I work out together. I think all of our actions will have an impact on someone.
So yeah, it's a nice little video there that was shared with us. And it's already on YouTube, so you're probably wondering, can you bring his family into this? Well, it's already out there in the public domain. I said we've got no issues here with Tank's family. We're just trying to show you that he was at some point, a loving, caring person around his family. He must have been nice. Same as Kim. She must have been a lovely person at some point in her life to have someone that married him and she has a child with. I say that not everyone is born like this. That something you either groomed or eventually you just become greedy and you become a grifter, and that's basically how it works. We're just trying to show you that this guy used to be a nice bloke. School teaching is not an easy thing to do. You have to have you don't just do it for the money, because the money's not great being a school teacher. We all know someone that is or was a school teacher. You can ask them. They put so much time in and effort. They'll never get rewarded financially, but they do in other means. They're actually giving something back, to society, and that's what he did then. But as you'll see, as we move along, doesn't always stay like that with people. So he moves to AstraZeneca, and this is what he's put on there. He's pharmaceutical sales specialist, manage a territory of physicians and drive business sales through education and follow-up. Is this what starts him to become, that sales thing that people get? Because they do. I've done some sales before. Wasn't for me, and most of it is they're basically training you to be ruthless, and it's all about making you got to sell so many things. They set your targets and things like that. Even in some interviews will say, right, here's a pen, sell me that pen, you tell me, make me want to buy that pen from you, kind of thing. And that's how he does. It's kind of like, in most people's jobs, they can't leave their job at home. They bring it home and they bring it into their life, and they become a different person. And working for, we all know a lot about AstraZeneca and for Big Pharma, what they do. And quite a lot of people that have worked in that area, they go down a very dark hole. So Novo Nordisk Delivery Technologies This is, he's put him down as a diabetes care specialist. So he did that just over a year in New York again. You can look up the company itself. It is, they deal with all different types. It's not just one, like taking medications in, like oral medications. They do other things for technologies, but he works in the diabetes section, which is just like you, if you're working in the cardiac section, where some people need certain tablets, or it could be statin area or whatever, depending on, or someone that's got diabetes, as in there's different types, type 1, type 2, things like that. It's not holistic way of doing it, and if people do their own research, you probably realise that there are certain things you can do with your diet where you don't need medication, or you need less. So moving on, he's now moved on. We've moved on to his first business. He's the Chief Executive Officer of Creative Health Solutions, Inc. Again, registered in Long Island in New York. So he's oversee the development and implementation of customized wellness programs in corporate and community settings to help improve overall functionality and quality of life. Sounds good. Creative Solutions has exclusive online educational programs designed by leading professionals in the medical, fitness, education, and nutrition fields. These services are designed to reduce insurance premiums, increase work morale, reduce work-related injuries, increase overall productivity. All right, I've seen these type of websites and online programs. It does work for some people, but I've never really used them because they're boring. It's very similar to where you work in any business now. They get you to do online, anti-money laundering type courses, and they make these mandatory. Well, this is what's been offered mostly to the staff of companies, more than if you buy an insurance program, a premium from some company. But this is his first business. Now, I'm about to show you is we're going to go into an article from online article that we found from the Central New York Business Journal. We'll go into that in a second, but yeah, this is another part of Steffen's profile, which was his old LinkedIn, and he's being very clever. He's removed a lot of the stuff that he was into, but people have made videos on his old, during his guru time, dinar guru time. People have, a bit like what we were doing there, was actually sussing this guy out well before we Team Bubba onto him. But as you can tell, it's just confirming that again. It's been, it's the start of a slippery road for him. From he's mentioning his previous work in there, his education, and all of a sudden it's like, wow, here's my creative health solution, like you would do when you do a LinkedIn. But so the Central New York Business Journal, this is the front page of that, and as you can see, it's from 2015. So what we'll do is we'll read a little bit of this just to show, because I don't know if you can see that. But for the picture from left to right, the first one on there is Jared Savoni. This article says that he was in partnership with Tank. He was, it says, a Chief Director of New Business Development at Creative Health Solutions, Inc. Then the next person along is, as you know, Steffen Rowe, Tank. He's the CEO of Creative Solutions. And then Joseph Joe Convertino. Jr., who is the president and co-owner of CH Insurance Brokerage, Inc. They finalized a deal in early April for CH Insurance to offer a creative wellness program to its clients. So this business called CH Insurance, the guy on the right there, he's basically the owner or co-owner. And we're not targeting this guy here, okay? This guy is just a normal businessman, and someone's come along and said, look, we've got this program. These two guys come along and said, look, we want to offer you this product to help with your employees, and they went, yeah, okay, we'll bring you on board. So this guy is not, again, he's not being targeted here. He's just a normal business person. So the article says Long Island-based Creative Health Solutions Inc. offers its health and wellness program to CH Insurance employee benefit offerings. The program includes Creative Care Network, which Creative describes as an educational hub for anything you ever wanted to know about health. It was an online health educational platform that integrates into jobs without disturbing the workflow, according to a YouTube video about Creative Care Network. Joe Convertino, who's the president of CH, made the services available to its clients at no cost. And it says Rowe and Savoni launched the company in May 2014, each having owned separate cooperative wellness businesses before Creative Health Solutions. Savoni still operates Business Fitness Solutions, which is headquartered in Binghamton, but it's on the back burner as for now, because he was pushing out this with Tank. The company that Rowe previously owned, called Wishing Wellness, worked with doctors. So they're a very expansive network of doctors, he says. Rowe lives in Long Island and Savoni lives in Liverpool. They both open they both hope to open brick and mortar locations in June, perhaps in DeWitt, but they haven't made a final decision on the site. Even without an agreement of CH Insurance, Creative had been considering the possibility of a location in Syracuse area. We like the graphical area of Syracuse, which allows us to hit all the central New York areas, says Savoni. Creatives currently employs 15 full-time workers along with 100 contract employees, says Rowe. The firm has plans to open 2 corporate wellness centers, including one in Syracuse, and each will include obstacle courses inside the centers, which could be a number of full-time workers, says Rowe. I'm not going to read the whole lot anymore. There's quite a lot. I'll show the next page on there, but there is a lot to this. The reason why I'm bringing this up, you think, oh well, so what? He's bringing up a legitimate business, but is he? So this guy Jared Savoni, we discovered a blog somewhere about Steffen Rowe and this creative solutions, and it didn't look very good, as in what people were saying about it. Now this Jared Savoni, he seems quite innocent in all of this. He was a business partner, and we tried to reach out to him, but he's not responded. So if he's watching this, then get in contact with us. We'd like to hear your side of the story. But we have heard that, so here's another close-up of the guys again. We have heard that there is that this guy Savoni was approached by someone going back a while. I don't know if I can bring this up. I don't want to bring it up there just in case. There's someone's username in there. I don't want to put it on there, but I'll read it out. But this was on a blog, and someone put on there that where they were trying to get a message across to Tank to say, and this is what they put on the blog: "Hey Tank, Gerard Savoni wants to know what happened to his money that he invested in Creative Solutions that you were running until October 2015. He's very upset that his name is being linked." And in his own words, he's put, "Stefan, my name is being dragged through the mud. My lawyer is getting involved now for sure. I have zero affiliation with him. I own my own business. Can't have this type of shit going on. Why doesn't he want to," this is what the person's put, "why doesn't this guy, Jared, want to be linked to you? And why have you disappeared since this message has been sent?" So someone's putting a message out to Tank, and then he's gone, "Oh, I'm out of here." And this is what Tank's been doing since then. He's been getting involved in projects. He's done Lawful America. He's done Go Camelot. He's done the Yokohama law firm, where the trusts and we've had Michelle Walker telling us that Tank stole money from Lawful America, where he was supposed to be to help people that are in danger, trafficked people, women, children. There was helping with the legal side for them to be given, asylum, basically. And he stole money from it. So I've not seen any paperwork on that, but that's Michelle Walker, and that's why, he dumped Michelle Walker's company, Lawful America. I don't know if that's still going today. Maybe if Michelle's watching this, she could drop us an email and tell us the whole story of that. I know she did reach out to us, but it'd be good to see some evidence on it if you can do that. Let's put it's a good time now for you to put the story straight on him. And of course, we've heard of the money going missing for UNN. And that's through, and now he's disappeared from that. But yeah, the Go Camelot's gone. Yokohama law firm's gone, where he was charging people money to set up trusts that was pointless. And he made out, did Tank, that if you didn't have one of these trusts that a fake lawyer was setting up, and it was a fake lawyer, we've got a lot of evidence on that. His real name, it's Paul Yokoyama. His real name is Paul Shelton, and he was disbarred lawyer going back years. We've got evidence of that. So, selling trusts to people, saying if you want if you want money from the trust, as in Kim's trust, Manor World Holding Trust, you need to pay some money. So to submit a project, he was saying you need to give us $30. And then if you want to jump the line, he gives another $100. And then there's more money. And we'll go into it. We'll go into it. If you don't believe me, we've got their old websites. They've taken them down, but we still got snapshots and everything else of it. So, right, so this is the end of this part today. Just going through we've only just scratching the surface here. But for you people that didn't know who Tank was, Steffen Rowe, we're showing you now that someone can go from a really loving, caring person to basically a piece of shit that would start ripping people off. I mean, going by what we've been told here, this Gerard Savoni's been ripped off by Steffen. Business partners, money's pumped into certain idea, And you know, it's basically the phone. Tank's probably changed his phone number, and the bloke can't get onto him. But hey, what do we know? Hopefully, we'll get more information. Now, if you've got information to share with us, then please do. We always put the contact details in the description field below. Thanks very much for your time. I know it's a long video, but we just wanted to get this off. It's important that people get to know what Tank is, and the fact that Kim knows about all this stuff about Tank, Steffen Rowe, and she headhunted him, even though he had a really bad history of ripping people off. And as we get into the DNR stuff, you'll get to find out yourself, why would someone like Kim again have a shady person that's to do with the DNR world coming on to a UNN stuff. And this is what is finding very difficult today, is why people, because we're putting information out there, and you could do your own research and you'll easily find that, you know, Tank, Thomas Williams, Mr. Melville, you name them, all these people she's been involved with, they're all shady. Okay, it's not hard to find it yourself, but anyway, we try and help best we can so that you don't have to do too much work, but we do recommend you do a bit of research. Thanks very much again for watching. Until our next video, take care everyone. Bye bye.